I'm so happy to be here. It's so exciting to be here with so many creative and energetic and young, loud people. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I have a story of fiction, and the title is "My Mom Can Kick Your Mother's Ass." When your mother's not shopping for pesticide-free delicacies to cook gourmet ethnic meals, she writes grants for a nonprofit that campaigns for women's rights. My mom likes gum and has never voted, though she thought President Clinton was cute and President Obama definitely hunky. Your mother has visited Tokyo twice for conferences on nuclear disarmament. My mom has never been to Japan, but still remembers a few phrases she learned from her grandma, who only spoke Japanese. Your mother thinks it's terrible that the Japanese in America were put into internment camps during World War II. My mom doesn't like to talk about it. Let's say your mother and my mom arrive at a grocery store at approximately the same time. Your mother is planning a meal of African jerk chicken with chicken she purchased from a local farmer who raises happy animals. My mom needs more gum. Your mother carefully selects the items off her list, checking for quality, price, and ethical standards. My mom gets 7 pot pies, 2 tubs of ice cream, and a frozen pizza. Then spends 15 minutes looking at nail polish, choosing midnight red, even though she has 3 similar bottles in the glove compartment of her car. Eventually, she puts back the pot pies, pizza, and the ice cream, ending up with 1 banana, a liter of diet soda, 2 cheese enchilada TV dinners, and the fingernail polish, forgetting about the gum. My mom's canvas sneakers with a hole in the right shoe over the tip of the big toe, and your mother's 3-inch clogs from Norway or Sweden leave the grocery store. My mom exits through the doorway on the east, your mother through the doorway on the west. Your mother's shopping bag is made of cloth and carries nourishing organic ingredients. My mom thinks organic is hooey and smells of goat. Her bag is made of plastic and has a hard-to-see tear in one corner, which will rip open, spilling the contents after kicking your mother's yoga-toned butt. Your mother believes yoga is a healing part of her busy work week. The word yoga scares my mom. She thinks maybe it's cultish and makes her feel fat and stupid. My mom walks with a ready-to-tear toxic sack to a 3-door sedan loaned to her by my aunt's boyfriend's brother, Newton, as in Fig. 3 doors as opposed to 4, because Newton crazy glued the driver's side door permanently closed after his voices told him that Martians from Montana via Pluto would invade his body through the driver's side door of his car. Of course, this means if you want to drive the car, you have to climb through the passenger side door. So Fig, as in Newton, loaned my mom the car after one of her latest out-of-state escapades to one of her boy man friends, possibly the poultry assembly line worker or the dishwasher repairman. The poultry assembly line worker played a trumpet in an all-horn Beatles tribute band. They met at a waffle buffet, where Mom was muddling through another noontime hangover. His moving rendition of Yellow Submarine dissolved her throbbing headache and lulled Mom into making a rare first move, attaching her phone number to a bacon-filled biscuit. For a week, Mom and the trumpet-playing poultry plucker were inseparable. Until one morning, he answered his phone. Mushi mushi. Hello in Japanese. My mom hung up. Around dinner time, after he left her multiple voice messages, she texted him, I speak English, okay? Mom met the dishwasher repairman at a downtown bar of a mostly abandoned financial district. A crooked sign of a tip martini glass with only the pimento and the olive still flashing coaxed her inside. A handsome young man in an off-colored tuxedo tickled the ivories. But what gave her bumpy skin and flip-flopped her insides was the cocky demeanor of the bebop jazz singer who happened to fix dishwashers during the day. A couple nights later, after a few too many martinis, they ended up in an open all-night tattoo parlor. Nuzzling against each other like pugs in heat, they looked through the catalog of tattoos. After an hour of heavy petting, they agreed on two birds flying towards the sun, wings touching. Except a few hours and a few stalls over, the bebop singer ended up getting a big-headed geisha on his arm with Mom's name, Mandy, written underneath it. Mom was befuddled drunk when she saw it, mumbling her name to herself and rubbing the new wings on her arm that still stung. It wasn't until 2 days later, when his set was over at the piano bar, and they were supposed to go back to the dingy warehouse squat, that she got angry. I'm not your goddamn geisha, she said. I'm just me. That night, she went back to the tattoo parlor and had the two birds flying towards the sun turned into a squirrel with a radioactive acorn. Once, she lived in Guam with a Marine sergeant for 3 months. We heard he played the harmonica. She never said she was in love, but less than a week after returning to the States, I saw her eyes tear up at just the sight of one of those silver blow things at a garage sale. The same week, shopping for purses at a thrift store, I found Mama hunched forward in a powder blue recliner, tears streaming down her low-cut, daisy-covered blouse into her sun-worn cleavage. That's when I recognized the voice of Woody Guthrie blaring out a folksy harmonica tune through the thrift store speakers. It didn't look like her tears were going to stop anytime soon, and I wavered between sitting down on the rocking chair with one arm or drifting off into the book aisle to give her space. Just then Woody stopped singing about injustice, and Mama wiped her face with a skull print tube top meant for a slutty 14-year-old. I need a new purse, Jackie, she said, leaving the tube top behind. So, let's say that my mom and your mother walked through the grocery store parking lot, nearly side by side. Your mother pushes a cart of trendy yet sturdy shopping bags, packed with nourishing, chemical, and cage-free produce. My mom, just the one plastic bag. Your mother, parked next to my mom, unlocks her car and loads her groceries into the trunk, which smells like pine, peach, peach. My mom rummages through her purse, then the pocket of her leather jacket that reeks of cigars. Keyless, she thinks she might have to call Newton, as in fig, for a spare. But she can't remember if their friendship is on an upswing or a downswing. Mom leans back against the three-door car and pops the last 2 sticks of gum in her mouth. Longing to take off her jacket, drink some soda, and paint her toenails, she envisions Fig with an extra key, followed by a man in a hammock, playing Hobo's Lullaby on a harmonica. Then the man swaying her back and forth. off her jacket, drink some soda, and paint her toenails, she envisions Fig with an extra key, followed by a man in a hammock playing Hobo's Lullaby on a harmonica. Then a man swaying her back and forth across the tiny dance floor as a man in an off-color tuxedo tickles the ivories. And in the midst of the lullaby, the dancing, and hazy memory of Fig's fair key, she thinks she hears your mother call out, "Jap!" Mom puts down her TV dinners, fingernail polish, pop, and banana, removes her jacket, letting it fall to the asphalt, and says, "Did you just call me a Jap?" And your mother is thinking about the organic African chicken stew she will make for dinner, which she believes your father will just love, but in reality will have a hard time swallowing, because it will be sweet and peanut buttery, and so not the kind of stew his mom or grandmother would have made with just chicken and carrots and potatoes. Will say, "Excuse me?" And my mom will push up the sleeve of her left arm, then the sleeve of her right arm, as she plants her gray, poodle-scented shoes toe-to-toe with your mother's 3-inch cloggy things from Finland. Although your mother, even barefoot, would still be a few inches taller than my mom. But the extra few inches don't matter, because my mom can kick your mother's ass.